Just got a picture message. Picture of what? Preston. He's a married man. Congratulations are in order. I'm sorry, what now?
Hi guys, it's your favorite mystic, TheSirenSayz, and welcome back to my channel where I speak about movie, TV, and soon to come books, and everything that I like, dislike, and the good, the bad, the ugly, and everything all throughout and in between those frames of media. Now, I wasn't going to make a video about this, I was just going to put like some, as you saw, I had a little 5-second words on the screen about the Preston thing, because I don't want to talk about it, but I decided I do want to bring it up. But the video was already like 45 minutes long just by voice note, and I don't know how long it's gonna be after I finished editing all the clips I was gonna add in. So, you know, I was like, let me not make that video any longer. Let me just do a separate video, which I don't like to do all the time, but we gonna try it. So, I don't care. Here's why I don't care. I think the Mindy thing was really strange. It almost seemed out of Preston's character. And let me explain what I mean by that. Him dating around, right? That seemed weird, right? Until you found out that he was only doing that because Zacchaeus was telling him to date out, right? Now all of a sudden Mindy comes. And the only thing that makes it not as weird, even though it's still weird, is because he's known Mindy for years and she's been in love with him this whole time. So fine, him deciding that, you know what, I'm actually done with Danny, I'm gonna go and get married, that's one thing. But for him to like give Danny pictures like showing that he's married or whatever, that's really petty. But here's why I don't care, because I'm not gonna sit here and bash Preston about this, because this is these weird writing ways of trying to kick him out the show. This is just them trying to kick him out the show. This is not who Preston actually is. This is the weird stuff that Tyler Perry added. So now the writers who are trying to kick him off the show so that they can do better writing for everybody else, they're just using the remnants of Tyler Perry's bad writing to like cement to Danny like, okay, Preston is no more, let's focus on Tony. If you guys don't realize that, that's your problem. But I'm not going to sit here and be like, I can't believe that Preston did this. This is not what Preston would actually do. This is just their way of unaliving him off the show, like getting him off the show. Okay? So I just really need y'all to think about it. So in any case, that is my biggest issue at the moment. My biggest issue is that they're trying to make us dislike Preston on his way out. Now, there are some people who just don't like Preston. I saw one girl, like, she doesn't hate Preston, but like, she's not gonna be the type to like, you know, she doesn't hate Preston, but she sees more of his faults than most people do. And like I said, Preston is not perfect, right? I would say that I understood where Danny was coming from with some of his complaints with him, but the problem is Danny is so terrible that it just makes it like, girl, you over here talking and I don't give a crap. Because here's the thing, right? She may have had a point every now and then, but her attitude wasn't helping. Well, he's supposed to be better while you acting like this? And then he did get better, right? Because I'm gonna tell you, I did not appreciate the Mindy thing. I'm thinking about making a Preston video, but I might not, who knows. I didn't appreciate the Mindy thing. I thought it was so strange. It seemed so out of character. Like, what are you doing? And then him just like dumping Mindy low-key or telling her to go back home and wait on him. That would be so savage. I know some people are gonna be like, girl, boo, tomato, tomato. But if Preston like kept Mindy in his back pocket because he knew that Danny would never be able to keep this up, and so he's just like, you know what, let me just have Mindy wait in case you really don't want to do this. If he really did that, to be honest, I think, okay, here's the thing, right? It's out of his character and it doesn't make much sense, but Danny still deserves it. I'm sorry. He's petty, and what I don't like is that he had to send it to her. I would prefer it if like a friend of hers who lives down where in whatever state he's at sent her the pictures. That's one thing I I can't justify, but her seeing that like he's getting married and feeling some type of way about it, I don't mind that. Here's the thing, right? It's like, oh, he can get married to her so quick. He's known her his entire life. He's known Mindy his entire life. It's one of the reasons why he was able to go and try and propose to Danny, because he'd been knowing her for at least 2 years now. He'd been knowing Danny for 2 years. So he was like, okay, I know I want you, let's get married, but she didn't want to. So another girl that he likes to a certain extent, who he's known for his entire life, hey, he ain't just proposing to randoms. He's proposing to women that he knows. Now, we can get down to the brass tacks of should he have proposed and da-da-da-da. Like, that man is a serious man. Well, it may not be everybody's cup of tea, and it may not always look right, but he's a serious man. He gonna settle down, he gonna wipe you up, he gonna pay for everything, and he gonna do the right thing when he with you. I mean, really with you. I mean, with Danny, because he wasn't doing right by Mindy, and I'm not gonna co-sign that. I didn't like what happened with Mindy. I thought it was very strange, and I felt sorry for the girl over here simping with Preston. Like, I understand why you simping for Preston, because, you know, Preston, what a man, but girl, he don't want you for real. You shouldn't have said yes to that. You shouldn't have said yes to marrying him, honestly. You are literally his consolation prize, Mindy. I wish you well. I wish you well, Mindy. But yeah, so I feel sorry for Mindy. It just is what it is. At the end of the day, I hope that you guys are able to see what's really happening here, because Preston doesn't matter in this situation. What matters is what the writing is trying to convey to Danny, and I just didn't care about that, which is why I didn't even talk about it when I spoke about her and Tony at the end. Here is what they're trying to do, because you guys are not seeing it. They are trying to give Danny a reason to go off with Tony. Now, I know you're saying she was already trying to leave him, but look at it, right? Two things can be true at the same time. She likes Tony. She low-key prefers Tony, right? But part of her knows that person was better for her, right? As messed up as he was, they needed help. They both needed therapy, whatever. Preston has issues, whatever. You saw how she looked at the phone when she saw it. She didn't look at the phone like, laughing, giggling, they think it was crazy. I dodged a bullet. That wasn't the look on her face. She had a look of pain on her face, of annoyance, of this man is still playing with me. And it's not like, he thinks he can play with me. Like, no, he's actually playing with me. Like, even in the scene I spoke about in the last video, where, you know, she was just standing there at the door with Sabrina. She had to take a minute and breathe. Tears were coming down her face. Like, she really did love him, but for some reason they refused to give her any character development. They refused to make the relationship work. And I'm sorry, with that evidence that they have given me, there's no way I can root for her and Tony. It's just not happening. It's just not happening. So they are letting Preston do this dumb thing, marrying Mindy and showing it off to Danny as a goodbye, as a close off, to let Danny be like, fine, I'm gonna have to end this chapter for real, and I'm gonna give Tony everything I got, because I told you guys in the spoiler review, slight spoiler here, she's gonna take Tony seriously in the coming 7th season. I have a video about my thoughts on the 7th season coming in a week, maybe the 1st of January or something, or next week. We'll see what happens. But yeah, like, she's gonna take this idiot seriously. I want to reiterate, this is not to say the person is perfect. He is not. I've spoken in this video about what I do not like about the actions that he took. But whenever she was angry at him about race, she was wrong. When it came to the race stuff, she was wrong. Any issue they did have race-wise, he fixed it, right? He would say words that she didn't like, even though they were words that he would have used to refer to white women. They weren't black women words. What do you call her? Gal Gadot? I have to say something else, so I don't know if it's gonna get flagged. So he called her Gal Gadot, and he's like, oh my god, you say that to a woman of noir complexion? And he's like, but that's just what we call women. So literally, he would have called a woman a palm cook, a white woman. He would have called a white woman Gal Gadot, but she felt upset that he called her Gal Gadot. Danny wanted to get freaky, deaky freaky in the bed. She wanted to do some freaky woohoo stuff. And he wasn't really for it, because he's not really used to that. He's good enough without all that, so he's never really had to do all that, right? And she's like, ooh, S and M. She got the whips and chains for the nigga, the red rule, the 50 Shades of Grey. And so, like, he, you know, wants to try it on her, right? Because she had no problem trading him up. She probably felt like it was reparations or something stupid. Baka. Anyways, so she does it to him. He's trying it out. He doesn't mind it. He's like, okay, well, it was enjoyable to a certain extent for me. Let me do it to you. And then she's just like, oh my God, he's a man of palm clear complexion and he's standing over me with this cowboy hat. I feel like I'm about to be turned out to the cattle to the slaughter. I feel like I'm about to go pick cotton. I feel like I'm about to get butt broken. Like, ma'am, no, I'm sorry. She was wrong when it came to race. Everything that had to do with race, she was building it up in her head, unless it was his family. But when it came to his family, he disowned all the raw seals members of his family for her. He got beat up by his family, right? Got turned out by his family for her. So no, I'm not gonna take the race arguments. He did everything he could to make her feel better. And if honestly everything he did was not enough for her, then she should have left him over a year ago. We shouldn't have to sit here and like Tyler Perry playing with us like maybe they could work if they just fix it. And look, they fixed it. They had a really cute dinner. You saw me buzzing over dinner. I loved the dinner. I loved everything. They just played with us, bro. They played with us, and then they made Danny unlikable. And let me just address the comment where they didn't really like Preston that much because they were calling out his faults. I agree that part of Danny's karma was Jonah. I'm not going to sit here and overlook her trauma. But what I don't like is that how come Maurice can go through something traumatic and make moves as to not do something traumatic again, but Danny cannot? Right? She knows that Preston is not going to hurt her on purpose, right? But she gonna move on to Tony? Like, did you not just get a boo-booed, ma'am? Why are you moving on to Tony? Can we make that make sense? Just asking for a friend. Can we make that make sense? Because it doesn't make any sense, and I want y'all to stop playing with me. I understand. You think Preston did wrong things as well. He has done some wrong things. Let me list things that I consider that he did wrong. I think him listening to Zach was wrong because Zach had to relearn to be in his relationship with Fatima, and Fatima is not a good avenue towards how you treat a woman exactly, because Fatima is muling a little bit. We don't really need Danny to do that, okay? So he was listening to Zach, and that hurt Danny's feelings, but she couldn't verbalize. And that was part of Danny's issues as well. She wasn't very good at communicating. Second, he used Tanya when honestly, Tanya could have been the one. Mindy is not the one for him, in my personal opinion. Tanya is. But he never even thought about taking Tanya seriously because he was too in love with Danny. Tanya is a veterinarian. She's open to dating out. She ain't got no problems. And she loves the animals. And she can unironically sit down and talk to him about cows forever. He fumbled the bag with that one. And all I'm asking, I don't need him and Dan to get back together. I've given up on that. Destin is dead. I've been done told y'all that. And you don't know how much it hurt me to say that, but it's true. Destin is dead. I'm gonna need just like a 5-second scene of him like divorcing Mindy, taking a month off, and then coming back and apologizing to Tanya. And I don't need Tanya to get back with him immediately, but her just be like, fine, apology accepted, but leave me. And she walks away. Something to show that like I might get what I want in a year or something. You know what I mean? Because I feel like Preston deserves to be with a woman of noir complexion because he's done the work, in my personal opinion. Yes, what's going on with Mindy is messy, but he is a strange man. But he's not a raucous man, and I can deal with that. And he's not an abuser. He's just a bit manipulative, which is bad, but all these men are. So pick your poison. Now with Danny, she's going to take Tony seriously, and everything that happened with Preston is just going to be the nail in the coffin. And I just need y'all to realize that that is what's happening here, okay? Preston and them does not matter no more. They just did this to make you guys as the audience upset and to make y'all be like, you know what? Preston, good riddance. I'm not doing that. You ain't never gonna see me say Preston, good riddance. I don't care what he did. I don't care what he did. I do not care what he did. And to speak about Danny's trauma, yes, she going through it. What is she doing? What is she doing now? She is just trying to like She's trying to act like she's been through therapy in terms of like, okay, let me not take out my trauma on the next man. But you ain't healed, sis. You ain't healed. I've been saying she need therapy from before she decided to get back together with Preston. So I don't want nobody saying, oh, you wouldn't say that if she was acting right for Preston. She would have never acted right for Preston. She would have never. She would have never done that. So that's why you don't see me here upset anymore about that. I just want Danny to take her comeuppance in peace. And yes, this is her karma. This is not her personal karma. This is her karma for how she treated Preston. For you to think that her karma for how she treated Preston was Jonah, that's a little sick. I don't think Jonah was her karma. I think Jonah was a consequence of her loose lifestyle. That's not karma. That's consequence. It's almost like a product of your action. 1 + 1 = 2. 2 + 2 is 4. -1, that's 3 quick maths. Okay? Karma is like you did something really good or really bad and the world gonna spit back at you. Like everybody who is loose doesn't get a boo-booed. You know what I mean? I'm saying that Tony is her karma for Preston because it's her relationship trauma. So the way that she treated Preston wrong relationship, and yes, Preston did some wrong things, but in terms of who was worse in the relationship, it was Danny. We're not going to fight about that. You can comment that if you want, but you wrong. Sorry. Tony is going to be her relationship karma. Jonah was the consequences of her lifestyle. So the way that she lived her life, having relations with men. Jonah, she wasn't able to discern. She was not able to discern. But with Preston, that karma is Tony, and I said what I said. So definitely let me know what you guys think below. I'm filming this during the holidays because I got a lot of days off, so I got a lot of time to think. I keep asking and you guys don't answer me, okay? What do you guys think about me watching For Better or Worse? They're going to be a lot more positive videos. Like, I'm going to be a lot happier talking about them because they're way less annoying to watch. It's fun. Please let me know. I want to watch it so bad. But apart from other shows that I'm going to watch regardless, I won't want to rewatch it if y'all not going to care. So just let me know. Please and thank you. In any case, thank you guys so much for watching. Always put your thoughts down below and I will always read and respond. And I will always be respectful to you when I respond. So please be respectful to me. Anyways, I hope you guys had a really good holiday. Okay? Goodbye, my sires. Sue.